Okay, so this question says evaluate the following limits, and it's looking for limits as x approaches either positive infinity or negative infinity. So when we're looking at limits as x approaches infinities of a rational function like this or a rational expression, we're going to compare the degrees of the numerators and the denominators. If the degree of the numerator is bigger than the degree of the denominator, that implies that the top's getting larger faster. So that's going to go to infinity. It's getting big without bound. If the degree of the numerator is smaller than the degree of the denominator, well, that means the bottom of the fraction is getting large very, very, very quickly, quicker than the top. So it's going to be getting closer and closer to 0. If the degrees are the same, though, that's the interesting case. If the degree of the numerator equals the degree of the denominator, well, then the limit's going to approach the ratio of the coefficients. And it might not look like it here, but this is the case we're talking about. So the degree of the numerator, well, this is an x squared, but it's being square rooted. So, quote unquote, technically speaking, the degree of the numerator is x to the first. It's x squared being square rooted. The degree is 1 here. And the degree of the bottom is 1. So the limit is going to approach the ratio of the coefficients. The coefficient of the top x term, the leading or the highest degree x term, is square root of 10. So this is going to be square root of 10 over 4, whatever that decimal is. Okay. Now this is going to work in a similar way, but now we have to take into consideration the negative sign. So here we're taking a negative number, negative infinity, squaring it, and then square rooting. So the top's going to be positive. But we're plugging in negative values for the bottom. So this is going to look the same, but it's going to be the square root of 10 over negative 4. And whatever those decimals are, those are going to be your answers. I believe they want the decimals.